windswept Yorkshire moor with lots of air and space and things happening and the wind blowing through your clothes and all sorts of other stuff. So you need to come and see the show to get a sense of all that. So what we're going to do is we're going to narrate to you, or they're going to do from a sitting position, the opening segments of the show. There is a lot of storytelling in this production, and you will hear that mixed in with the dialogue of the play. And that's exactly how the play runs, except of course they'll be leaping around and doing extraordinary things while they're saying these words. So if you'd like to imagine that, we're now going to perform for you a sit-down version of the opening of Wuthering Heights.
In all of England, it is hard to believe there could be a situation so completely removed from the stir of society as the farmhouse at Wuthering Heights.
As we speak, it is evening there.
And inside the house,
dated 1500,
and with the inscription,
Heathcliff Earnshaw,
above the principal door,
are two children.
Catherine Earnshaw, a wild, wicked slip of a child,
but with the bonniest eye and sweetest smile.
and her brother Hindley,
A selfish, unlikable boy. They have begged to be allowed to stay up and wait for their father to return from business in Liverpool.
where he had walked 60 miles there and 60 miles back.
Mrs. Dean, the housekeeper,
A worthy woman.
who had cared for the children since their mother had died, was waiting with them.
At 11 o'clock, the door latch was raised quietly.
and in walked their father. His journey had taken him 3 days.
stand back! I'm nearly killed. I'll not have that walk again for 3 kingdoms.
What have you brought us?
I want to see.
We expected you hours ago.
I was slowed by the weather, but I have brought you something.
Where is it?
Let your father rest.
It's in the kitchen.
Can we see?
Leave it. He's fast asleep.
Is it a puppy?
Oh, not more dogs.
No,
A cat?
it's a boy, a brother, and it's dark because he comes from the devil.
God save us, are you mad? How you can fashion to bring another child into the world when you have your own bairns to feed and fend for, the Lord only knows.
He was starving and homeless, just dumb and laid there in the street. Nobody knew he belonged to. Not a soul knew he belonged to, so I thought it best to bring it home.
I don't want a brother. I want a fiddle.
And what shall we call this child?
We shall christen him Heathcliff,
Heathcliff?
Heathcliff.
Heathcliff.
after our son that died, and it shall serve him for both Christian and surname.
From the first, Heathcliff bred bad feeling in the house. For Mr. Earnshaw favoured and petted him.
Which made Hindley jealous.
I've known 100 kind of love, all make the loved one rule. And what is kind that it should prove than other love more true?
Jump down, Heathcliff. Jump down.
We could go up to crags and chase rabbits.
We can hide in the bracken and then Hindley won't find us.
I'll find you wherever you are, you gypsy brat.
Leave him, Hindley. You'll tear us close and then he'll be in trouble with father.
Father loves him more than either of us. Why don't you play with me anymore?
You don't like my games.
I do.
Don't know how to play them, though.
I won't let him go.
Leave him, Hindley!
Leave the boy alone. You've had more than he's ever had.
Not anymore.
Get inside. Cathy, why are you so dirty?
We were rolling down the bank,
Hardly an occupation for a young lass.
but it's such fun.
Hey, you'll be inside for your cheek.
But Heathcliff and I are going...
You will go inside with Nellie and finish your sewing.
I'll die sat inside.
Heathcliff, we'll see you.
I'll not go without Cathy, it wouldn't be safe.
In time, Mr. Earnshaw's health began to fail, and more Hindley's scorn of Heathcliff roused him to fury.
As a consequence, Hindley was sent to college in the hope that peace would be restored to the house.
But it was not to be. From the hour she came downstairs to the hour she went to bed, Cathy was to be in mischief.
Catch it, Heathcliff, before it's taken on the wind.
I can't.
canst thou not always be a good lass?
Why can't you not always be good, father?
I'll have less of your cheek and all.
Let me sing you to sleep then. The sun has set and the long grass now waves drearily in the evening wind, and the wild bird has flown from that old grey stone in some warm nook a couch to find.
Don't sleep here, Mr. Earnshaw. Go up to your bed.
Father!
Hush, child.
Father!
Go upstairs, children.
I want to kiss him goodnight.
No.
Father! Father! He's dead, Heathcliff. Heathcliff, he's dead.
When Hindley returned for the funeral, he had altered considerably. Grown sparer, dressed differently, and to everyone's amazement, brought with him a wife. She was thin, but young and fresh complexioned. Her eyes sparkled like diamonds.
And she had a troublesome cough.
Frances is to be the new mistress of the house.
It's so beautiful here.
Not when the rain is driving through the trees,
I've been so longing to meet you.
and the wind rattles around the house.
Tell me, are the mourners gone yet? I can't bear to see people in black. It makes me so afraid.
From now on, servants must quarter themselves in kitchen and leave the rest of the house for us. We'll carpet and paper a small spare room for a parlour.
Oh, there's no need. I love it as it is.
What are you afraid of?
You know, I'm going to so love having a sister. That boy, Heathcliff.
He won't trouble you no longer. From now on, he must stay with the servants, labour outdoors like the others.
That's not what Father wanted.
Father's not here. Things are going to change.
Well, I'll stay outside with him then.
Oh, Cathy.
I will.
Will you go without dinner or supper?
Oh, she doesn't mean it, do you, sister?
Yes, I do. Jump, run, 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 run.
I think she expects me to.
I think she expects me to sit with her by the fireside.
Hindley only came back for revenge.
I don't want to be like her. I want me and you to live wild on the moors and grow up as rude as savages. Promise me we will.
I promise. And I promise I'll pay Hindley back.
Let's cross the moors now and go to the Grange.
We should miss supper.
Not to miss it anyway. Come on, I'll race you. We'll see how the Lintons in their big house and fancy clothes pass their Sunday evenings.
Who cares?
I do.
They ran from the top of the heights to the park without stopping, crept up a broken hedge, groped up a path, and planted themselves by the drawing-room window.
The Linton children!
Edgar, a fair-haired and graceful boy, stood in the room weeping silently.
And his sister, Isabella, strong-willed and temperamental, lay screaming at the far end of the room.
Shrieking as if witches were running red-hot needles into her.
They were arguing over a little dog.
Which they had nearly pulled in two between them.